Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Welcome to this quick update live vlog, talking about some of the transfer rumours and things that are going around. This will be a quick one. I've got to get on. Hey, Dank City, how are you, mate? Going to talk about quite a number of things today. So it's going to be a quick one, and we're going to include the likes of Muric to Villa. We're going to talk about Cancelo because it looks like he potentially, I thought it might have been. Good afternoon, Paul Standall. How are you? I thought it might have been Rodri as the first signing, but by all accounts, it could well be Cancelo. Don't forget, check out the video that I did last week on Cancelo, all about him and everything else. Niall Hill, hi mate, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Had a busy day, great day, wonderful day, training today with a load of pilots, and it's been a really eventful day, but very productive. Makund, how are you? Kiam, how are you, buddy? Kamal Dwyer, hello, how are you? Akeem, no signings yet, no, nothing confirmed, but it looks like it's very, very close. The forehead is first. He is Dank City. He's first. He's on here. The big forehead. Is Tutor Sport reliable though? Is anybody reliable? If I'm being honest with you, Mr. C, go on, Andy, and keep that flag flying, pal. Thank you very much, Mr. C. I am doing. Are you happy with our fixtures for next season? We'll talk about that briefly. I'm sure you've all seen them. That happened at 9 o'clock this morning, and I'm not going to sit here and go through a whole sort of fixture list. I'm sure you've all seen them and everything else that's come out about it. So it's pointless going over old ground. Albert Day, hi Andy. Rodri is our most important target. Ferner, so many injuries last season, is now through. I agree with you, Albert. I totally am with you. Hey, fellow followers, it's English Mastiff is on. Hakuna Matata day trip. Mambo to you, buddy. How are you? Sifensile Hilongwani. Greetings, Andy. How are you? You're going to have to tell me how to pronounce that. King Art W and Ndombele to Spurs, I know. I mean, that's a bit of a shock. A bit of a shock for Spurs, paying, if they're going to pay the reported 66.5 million. I mean, that's a big signing for them and a very good signing. Where's it going to fit in though within their system? Zifo Ultimo J17. Hi Andy, how are you, mate? You're new. I've not come across you before, mate. Where are you from? Brandon Wallace. Hi mate, how are you? Jambo says English Mastiff. The Football Blues. Hi Andy, GM here. Hello. Makund. Andy, do you fly planes yourself? Which one's your favourite? My favourite plane? Don't know. I still like the. I always said Airbus is one thing and is great, but Boeing, if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. So I still love the old 757. But each to their own. Hi Andy, hi Iona Beats. When will City put a new kit out? Don't know. I would suggest before the end of this month, and it'll be all in preparation for the tour. Martin Horsfield, how are you, mate? Thank you for the email last night. I really appreciate it. When are you in Baku for work? I don't know. It could be next month. I'm still working. We've not confirmed a date yet, so I'm just waiting for them to get back to me. And then fingers crossed I can go meet up with the lovebirds who got married in April that I met up with in Baku when I was there in October, City fans, and I'll do some more filming with them and go out and go and take them for dinner and things like that and have a great time with them. So fingers crossed it might be next month. It's all dependent on the client. I wanted Ndombele so much. He'd fit into our team so bloody good. I agree. He was my number one target. I'll be honest with you. Who's the most famous person who've ever met? Who I've ever met? God, I don't know. I used to do contracts for them. I know you'll hate it, but I used to do the Man United team for all the Champions League games and things like that. So when the days with Beckham and everyone else, so used to take them to all their Champions League fixtures, and I can still remember the day in when we took all the Ajax fans and they played Juventus in the Champions League final. And when all the Ajax fans were boarding, there was a private jet next to ours. And who came out with the Champions League trophy and was showing it all the Ajax fans? Gianluca Vialli, which didn't go down too well, I promise you. I'm from South Africa, Andy. All right, welcome to the channel, mate. Did I see any... I missed that one. Did I see any paranormal activity? Yeah, plenty. Trust me. But not that kind. Champions should start at home. I agree. I do agree. I do think it should be given to the champions to kick off the Premier League season. But it is what it is. And, you know, who cares? Maybe Mrs. S will be fine at Zulu. Sir Manny McHale, right, you're getting Bluetooth to the loudspeaker in the kitchen because I've got to stand here and cook on my own for the last half hour of my shift covering a break. Let's go City till I die. So yeah, I'm on loudspeaker now. Oh my God, I better be careful with any language. I love jumping out of aeroplanes. Do you, mate? Have you done it often? Kiam, I agree, mate. What job do you have to have that gets you to all these countries? I run my own aviation training company, so we train air crew all over the world, in the UK and all over the world. So that's the reason why it takes my job and it takes me to wherever. So it's one of those things. So I don't pick and choose. It's just wherever the clients want me to go. What's up, Andy? Man City's strong from Trinidad and Tobago. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Nicholas Simmons, all around that region. I love it. Absolutely love it. I only recommended Trinidad to somebody, actually my barber. They were talking about where to go, and I said it'd be a good idea maybe to pick somewhere different than some of the places and maybe go somewhere they've never been before. Afternoon, Andy, and all the MCFC fans. Section 20, how are you, mate? Is Ndombele confirmed Spurs player? Not confirmed yet, but it looks like they're pretty keen, which that would be a great signing for Spurs. Hi, mate. Stevie Raxall, how are you? Stephen mentioned you the other day. I have no idea, mate. Did he? Did you ever fly on Concorde? And no, I've been on Concorde. I've never flown on it as a passenger or anything like that. Not a City question. No, I haven't. I've been on it. I've actually been on it. I went on it years and years and years ago when it was at, where was it? It was at Woodford. And I went on and I've actually trained 2 ex-captains that used to fly Concorde all the time. And they were a client of mine. They'd retired. I mean, lovely people. Really, really nice people. And they were... they decided to retire and they still wanted to keep the hand in flying, and they were working out of a small airfield in Wales called Welshpool. So they were flying smaller aircraft, King Airs and things like that. And I used to go down and train them and things like that on their mandatory non-technical ground training. Sadly, you know, one time after the day after I'd left them, the owner of the operation, lovely fella who owned the airfield and everything else. Their aircraft crashed into a mountain just close to the airfield, killing him and an EasyJet pilot who were out doing a bit of flying in low cloud base and things, and that's all disbanded now. So I don't see those 2 guys anymore, but they were lovely men, wonderful men. And some of the stories they told me of when they flew Concorde was just incredible. Right, let's get into it because I can't stay long. I've got some work because I've got one more course to run tomorrow with another set of pilots, so I've got to do some prep work. So I can't stay on forever today. I'll be on a dodgy old Jet 2 757 next month, Malaga. Don't worry about it. 757's absolutely solid, so don't worry about it. Interesting fixtures in Premier League. Yeah, there are some. It was up to me. I would have kept the United players in the air forever and then make an emergency landing back in Manchester. Oh, yeah. I can tell you some stories of the crew room visits afterwards when they were all supposed to be getting taxis home in front of Ferguson, but actually came back to the crew room with the crew and had the next 5-6 hours drinking beer and some Keane, Giggs, you name it. Beckham wasn't there, but a few Gary Pallister and Steve Bruce and a few of the others, and there were some stories, I can tell you. Andy, better finish season at home. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree, Mark Bow. I think it's absolutely better we can see the presentation live. Absolutely. That's the main point. Right, okay, let's get on. Xmas game's good. I'll see you in December 28th for the Sheffield. Brilliant, mate. Can't wait to meet up. And yeah, it'll be great. So, Muric to Villa. This came out this afternoon, late on. And there was talk that City are ready to listen to offers for Aaron Muric. And now the reports, and I think I said it in the, was it the vlog yesterday or the day before, and somebody asked about who would you keep, and I said, I think if Bravo's fit, he'll stay and Muric might go out. Well, it looks like loan offers are on the table for Muric, and Aston Villa are very keen. So we'll see. It looks like there are several of those championship clubs that are very keen on Muric potentially. Berto Lee, how are you, mate? You all right? So it'll be interesting to see, because Villa basically also included, lining potentially a bid for Jack Butland from Stoke. So will he go there as the number 2? Will he go there as the number 1? I'm not too sure, but it'll be interesting, and I think it'll be a good thing for Muric, because you know he looks a great prospect. Whether he's quite at a level to be a number 2 yet, I'm not too sure. You know, you have to think, what if Ederson suddenly got a really bad injury? Would we have 100% faith? You could say that about Bravo, though. So it's going to be one of those. Hey, Hayden, is Man City going to turn into Chelsea, letting so many youth players go? You've got to look at it this way, Hayden, with regards to the youth players. You know, you have to be very, very special to get into this squad. Never mind the first 11. To just train with them and be nominated as a bench player, you've got to be special. Now, these players, you know, youth players and academy players, what do you want to do? Keep them until the 22, 23 and hope that they become a world superstar? Because let's face it, to get into the Man City team at the moment, they've got to be seriously special. And there's only one of them at the moment. Well, maybe there were 2. Maybe Sancho had that opportunity. But there's only Phil Foden who's grasped it from the academy level. So I would rather, personally for me, I would rather those players go out on loan. And if they do really, really well, then maybe sell them for a profit. The City have obviously taken the Chelsea model with all these, you know, signings and loan signings and sending them out. It makes proper business sense to do something like that. With Villa getting promoted, a loan there would be amazing. I agree. I think it'd be a really good move for him. He'll get proper opportunities. He'll be able to improve. Because let's face it, is he really at his point of his career where he's going to sit there and just sit on the bench and hope he plays the odd cup games and things like that? I don't think that's a career move. I think a career move will go on loan, get some proper Premier League experience. I'd take Muric over Bravo, to be honest. Bravo, yeah, well, I mean, it's all about opinions, but you know, whoever goes, I think if Bravo would probably be more inclined to be the number 2 than really the development of Muric just sat there doing nothing. I would rather see Bravo being number 2 and playing the odd cup games. And let's face it, he did pretty well in the cup games when he was fit. To Muric just sat there doing nothing. That's not developing him where he needs to be. Apparently Arteta wanted Diaz to stay. One surprise, I'm sure Pep wanted. I think Pep came out and said he wanted him to stay, but you know, you can't force a player at the end of the day. Mark Bow says, letting kids go on loan and seeing the value rise much better than selling them on the cheap. I agree, totally agree, because we might have youngsters in the team at the moment that are going out on loan, and at the moment they might be worth 2-3 million quid. They have an absolute wonder season. You only have to look at James, who has been sold by Swansea to United. Suddenly it could be worth 15 to 20 million, 17 to 20 million quid. So suddenly we've got an investment at 3 million quid. Next season we sell them. Still not good enough for City's team, but we sell them for a 17 million profit. You do you make 3 or 4 of those player sales every season or two. Suddenly you're looking at 50, 60 million quid to recoup and put towards major players. So Chelsea's model works. It really does. That's why City went down that route. If we can get sign new contracts, sell Danilo and get Cancelo and Rodri with a fit KDB and Mendy, they're a good new season. I'm with you on that one. I am absolutely, Berto Lee, I'm totally with you. Nice to start season, Andy. Love playing West Ham. Yeah, and it's great because there's a connection between West Ham fans and City fans. So it's a good team to play. Would I rather be at home? Yes. But it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. Seems like there's lots of Liverpool fans complaining about City's running to the end of the season, and City fans complaining about the fact that we're away, you know, etc. I mean, at least we're at home for the last game against Norwich. Indeed, he better than Rodri. No, no, I can't see that. Sorry, I can't agree with that one. What about Ederson? Ederson, oh, yeah, he's sold. Gone. We've sold him. Can't believe it. Bravo's going to be our number 1, and Zach's going to be our number 2. So, yeah, rumours are Ederson's been sold to Real Madrid for £284,000 billion. Only joking. Ederson, it was some comments with Ederson, so we're going to talk about that. That Bernardo Silva has come out and basically said that Ederson is definitely good enough to hang up his gloves and play outfield. And said basically, despite all of his goalkeeping heroics, Bernardo reckons that the Brazilian could play further up the field as well. And he said, I agree. He could play outfield, maybe with the ball at his feet as a defensive or holding midfielder. So he said, I think, well, I'm only 24 years old, watched all the Premier League season, but what can I remember of that season? Obviously, Aguero's goal was one. It was a very emotional season, and he went on to say that Ederson could definitely play in this Man City team as a defensive or holding midfielder, which I think we all know is with his ball at his feet is absolutely amazing. Go back quickly. Sky Sports saying Cancelo should be announced within a week. It might even be sooner if the reports are true. So we'll look at Cancelo next. And basically, if you look at, and it is Tutor Sport, we don't know, Turin newspaper, things like that. They're basically claiming that Cancelo is now very, very close to signing for Man City. The push for the move is said to have been led by Pep Guardiola. And it's believed the transfer should be completed very shortly. Now, whether that be next week, this week. Now, that is for 50 to 55 million euro. Same figures I said on the video last week about Cancelo. But there's things with bonus payments and everything else to go in there. Basically, Tutor Sport claim that everything is ready for the big farewell from Cancelo. But they point out that actually nothing is concrete, and City is still waiting to find out what's happening with Danilo before actually formalising the signature of Cancelo. So it's one of those. We're still waiting to know what happens with Sane. We're still waiting to what happens with Danilo, and all of these things will potentially make a difference to the signings and who comes in and who goes out. So we'll wait and see what happens. Quickly, how many? Right, okay, got another 10 minutes. Just imagine we don't sign any midfielder but a new goalkeeper this season and put Ederson in midfield. Can you imagine? That would be taking the piss. Can you imagine if Ederson played as our rotating with Fernandinho and we put Bravo in net, or we put Zach in net, or whoever we put in net? William Carvalho, I think you mean William Carvalho, is a good holding midfielder. Why are you doing? Take a look at him. Looked at Will. We've done videos. I've done videos on Carvalho before, early last year. I mentioned him about it. He's been highly rated, but I don't think he's consistent enough, and that's been his problem. Why he's never ever managed to get a really big move. I think he's been wonderful on his day, but just hasn't done it regularly enough. I'd like Ederson to take a free kick, so would I. Not keen on Walker, so that's great news. Well, if you want to talk about Walker, and you're thinking that's good news, Joseph Beattie, well, there's also rumours that Pep is ready to extend Kyle Walker's contract. So he has a contract at the moment until 2022, but the rumours are that Pep is ready to extend that. By how long, who knows? So if you think about it, he's 29, so you're looking at 2 more years, 31. Are they going to give him another extended 2-year contract till he's 33? So you have to suspect, are the Cancelo rumours really true? Why, if he's thinking of bringing in a potential left back, right winger, somebody who can play across those positions, why would you then extend somebody who's still got 3 years left on his contract? Why would you then extend Walker's contract if you're bringing in Cancelo on a potentially 4 or 5 year deal for 55 million euro? Which one of those rumours are true? If both of them are true, who knows? But something doesn't add up to me there. I don't see how you would extend Walker's contract. You might keep Walker's contract for the next 3 years, but to extend it and then bring in somebody else who can play in his position for 65 million euros doesn't make sense at all. You bring him in, and then if Walker doesn't improve next season, he's got 2 years left on his contract, means we can possibly get 25-30 million quid for him. So Kiam, for me, I prefer Portuguese midfielders, technically far superior on the ball. Ndidi, Rice, and Ndombele, just runners for me. Okay, who do you fancy then, Kiam? So I'm assuming you're talking about Rodri as your number 1 target. Brian Gardner, handy, no point in rushing to replace Fernandinho. Best wait and get the right one. I agree, but I think what's in the back of the mind is a potential transfer ban upcoming next season. So if you're going to get somebody, you may as well spend it now. And then that, we'll wait and see what happens next year with the FIFA ban. Drift King, what do you think about Chilwell then? It's gone quiet on Chilwell. I did a video on Chilwell last week and things like that. It depends on the money. If you're talking about 60-70 million quid, I'd say absolutely not. If you're talking about 35-40 million quid, maybe. Yeah, he's British, he's English, he goes towards the quota, and he's decent. But I wouldn't be spending 70 million quid or something like that on Chilwell. No chance. Craig Carter, how late am I, Andy? You're about 22, 23 minutes late, mate, but don't worry about it. This is going to be a shorter one today. I've got work to do that I have to crack on with. You are late, Craig. Andy was clean shaven. Yeah, I was all youthful looking. Now I'm looking like at my age. Joseph Beattie, Rodri or Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes isn't coming to Man City, and to be fair, Joseph, they're 2 different players. Bruno Fernandes isn't a holding midfielder. He's more of an attacking midfielder. If any of the 2, it looks like Bruno Fernandes is definitely out the question. Rodri is definitely in the question. Sign Cancelo, extend Walker's contract, sell Walker next summer for more money because of a big contract. Maybe that's an option, but you're not going to sell him for any more money than because if Cancelo comes in and Walker doesn't play, his value drops significantly, and that's the problem. If you bring in somebody in and Cancelo does a really good job and he's got an extended contract, all you're doing is securing maybe a 4-year deal that you can sell him, but his price won't go up because he won't be playing or hardly playing, so which means his actual value drops and plummets. So it doesn't quite make any sense to me whatsoever with that rumour. Now, whether that's the Cancelo rumour is true and he is going to be coming soon, or whether the extended contract for Walker is true, I can't see both of them happening. They might do, but I'd be very surprised. I can't see how it makes sense. Abdallah Al-Mami says, and Ndombele we need. Well, he's always been, for me, the first choice. Philip Scott Shirley, what have I missed there? You've missed Muric to Villa. Cancelo, we've been talking about. Ederson, about how Bernardo Silva thinks that he can easily play as a holding midfielder in Man City's team. Good evening, Philip, to everybody. I'm glad we're not going for a left back. I want City to give Benjamin another year. He will get another year. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And don't be surprised if we don't go in for a left back. We're still we're only just into the start of the transfer window. Afternoon, Roberto Blondi, how are you? Paul Stando, reading Paul Lake's book at the moment, just amazing. Reading and remembering where we once were up. Absolutely, it's one of the best books, football books out there. City books, anyway, in particular. I read it a number of years ago. It's a wonderful book. Don't forget, check out David White's book as well. Not sure whether I've got a copy of it here. Normally, no, I haven't got my copy here. I might put it up in a bookshelf somewhere. But don't forget, check out David White's book as well. It's a very very, very interesting read, harrowing at times, a difficult read at times, but a wonderful, wonderful read. Hayden, Kimmich would be a dream player. I agree. I've said it for the last 2 years. Kimmich, Pep knows him. Pep developed him. He's a brilliant, brilliant player. Best compliment for Bruno Fernandes. He looks like a future Kevin De Bruyne with less physicality. We'll see. I'm not doubting he's a good player. I just, by all accounts, City have basically said, we've never been in for him, we've never put an offer in, and it's not a player we're looking for right now. So he might do very well for someone like United. It wouldn't surprise me if he goes to United or Liverpool. Andy, you can now wear Ray-Ban just to keep it in. Fernandes is good, but we can't sign everyone. Exactly. I mean, we can't. It's that's fact. What and who we're going to go if we're going to extend? If we're going to if we're going to keep Gundogan for his final year, are we going to just keep him on the bench, etc., etc.? So, oh, that's my lad coming. It's my lad coming back from. Thiago Munich. Thiago Munich, another option. Who's Thiago Munich? Kiam? Thiago Munich. I've not heard of him. Is he some new player or something like that? Oh, Thiago from Munich. Sorry. Is that who you mean? Thiago from Munich is another option. Another player that Pep loves. He's come out and spoken highly of him, if that's who you mean. Kimmich would be a good right back for City. He's a very flexible player. Thiago at Munich. So, right, okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm reading other things and then I saw Thiago Munich, another option. I'm thinking, not somebody I've heard of him. What else? Should we try and go for James Rodriguez? No, I think his time's gone, if I'm being honest with you. Thiago from Munich says yes, so yeah. Yeah, but if Gundogan will leave after next season, I don't see why bringing in Fernandes and giving him a season to bed in is bad. I don't think it's a bad thing, but what your problem is, and you've got to look at it, is we bring in Fernandes and we're keeping David Silva for another year. We're keeping in Gundogan for another year. Out of those two players, because you're going to guarantee that one Bernardo Silva's going to play, we're trying to get Phil Foden into the team more next season. So whose place is not going to take Kevin De Bruyne's place? So whose place is Fernandes going to play and take? And what's going to happen to David Silva and Gundogan? What is the point in keeping Gundogan? And I'm talking about planning now and strategy. What's the point in keeping Gundogan for another year when you could have got rid of him? And City seem to want to keep him for this final year or extend the contract potentially for another couple of years. What's the point in doing all that but then go and buying Bruno Fernandes? It don't make any business sense whatsoever. All you're going to do is piss off David Silva, piss off Gundogan, annoy Phil Foden, and City fans will be going, why have we bought somebody in a position that Phil Foden is supposed to be developing further next season? And it does not make any business sense whatsoever. I say to Will, no, that's not Will, that's Ralph, that's my oldest lad. Will's gone to his girlfriend, so he's staying over there till Saturday, so we've not seen Will. I saw him this morning, but Mark Bowie, if he loves Kimmich and Thiago, off a signing straight swap. Now, all right, I'll ask you, would it be tempting to get Thiago and Kimmich in for a straight swap for Leroy Sané? Or would you rather keep Sané and not have those two players? That's a great question. That's a great question, Mark. But Kylian Paris is a good Is it Kylian Paris? This another new player, Joseph Beatty. I'm only kidding. I think you mean Mbappe at Paris Saint-Germain. I just heard driving home a minute ago. I heard them talking about it. A fly, sorry. I heard them talking about it, saying, Mbappe seems to have this thing about potentially wanting to go. Why are people not going for him? I can't imagine if Mbappe sort of turns around and puts his agent, puts the feelers out there, that the likes of City would definitely be all in for him if they could. So I'm not too sure. I think he's waiting to see if Neymar buggers off back to Barcelona. He'll be back as the main man. Would I have Mbappe every day of the week? Without a shadow of a doubt. I haven't talked about Maguire yet. He's him and Arzani. I'm going to talk about very quickly. I'm just checking. Okay, I've got 5 minutes left, so I'll whiz through. Oh, la. Sorry, I do apologise. There's loads of people commenting on here. Loads of comments. So, Gundogan, if he doesn't want to resign, will have to be on the bench. Yeah, he will have to be. I don't doubt that for a minute. But it's about why would you want to resign him and then buy Fernandes? City would just probably turn around and say, you've got a year left, we'll put you on the market. If somebody pays 20 million quid, you can go, we'll get Bruno Fernandes. That makes business sense. But not keeping Gundogan and Foden and David Silva for another year and buying Fernandes, because whose place is he going to take? It's swap Rodri for Jesus by Felix and Mbappe. Sell my God, Hayden, you should be an agent, mate, if you could make all of those deals work. Felix is not worth his release clause. Well, yeah, you could argue that, but I would suggest people might have said that about Mbappe when he left Monaco. How much is Mbappe worth now in real terms? Really, if he came on the market now and you had United, City, Real Madrid, Barcelona all putting bids in for him, how much do you honestly think that a PSG would want to sell Mbappe for? I bet it's 50% at least more than what he was paid for it. So you could buy Felix for 120 million euro. He could play 18 months and be where Mbappe is now. And he could be worth 250 million quid. You make an instant, massive increase. Nearly all the City players that Pep has signed and developed have almost doubled their, or at least 50% of their initial fee. They've increased on their value. So we might turn around and think 120 million euro. No, he's definitely not worth that. If Pep and Cheeky think he's worth it, they'll pay it. It's that simple. And that's it. We might not think. We might go, that's a lot of money for him. But if Pep and Cheeky can see the, potential there with the best coach in world football and what he could do with him, then he's worth it. He's worth it to City. And at the end of the day, it's not our money. It's their money. And, so we already have so many attacking midfielders. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Merlin, Gundogan, Foden. We don't need Bruno Fernandes. What we need is a long-term replacement for Fernandinho and maybe a replacement company. I agree with you, Berto. I'm totally with you. 10-year Mangala was still... yeah, it's like a bad fart, isn't he? He just constantly hangs around. Courtney Linton, what if Kevin gets injured again? Fernandes could. He could, but what if Kevin doesn't and plays all season? It's one of those. Are you going to spend 65 million euro and so on, thinking, well, he could if Kevin De Bruyne gets injured at some point. What if he doesn't? And if Kevin De Bruyne gets injured, Bernardo Silva replaces him. Phil Foden comes into the team. We moan as City fans that we want development of kids. We've got Phil Foden there that we've seen bits and pieces of him last season. And Pep's already said he'll be introduced more next season. We want his development. He's going to be 19, and he's in the Joao Felix mode now of age group. So we want to stall that by buying Bruno Fernandes and hoping that, if Kevin De Bruyne gets injured, we've got a perfect reply. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense for me. Glenn Mountain, we all trying to think like Pep, and if we could, we would all be in the game, wouldn't we? Yeah, absolutely. And we just have to trust in them. If they think, like I said, if they think that Joao Felix has got that potential for 120 million euro to buy him out, his buyout clause, who are we to say they're wrong? Will it turn out to be right or wrong? Who knows? It could either be we get the money back in 3-4 years' time. It could be that he's a total flop, he's a Mangala or whoever, and we sell him for 70 million quid. Or he could be the next Mbappe, and he could be worth 250, 300 million quid in 5 years' time. Who knows? But they're the guys that are getting paid the big money, the coach, the cheeky Ferran. They know football. I will, if they want to buy Joao Felix for 120 million euros with his contract and buy him out, I'm all for it. Go for it. You know, they know far more than I would ever know about it. So my mate saw Mbappe in the battered cod in Withington. It's happening. Right, I'm going to have to quickly go through. Sorry, guys. I hate Jesus. The Fataya, or the Fetaya. You hate Jesus. Jesus who? He only scores taping. He only scores taping. This is starting to make real sense now. You hate Jesus. He only only scores only taping. Okay. Rohan, I'm just saying Felix reminds me of that player we signed called Aguero. I see the same potential, similar body physique and game. There you go. You know, who knows? Would he be another Aguero? If we got him for 120 million euro in this day and age, and we got what Aguero has given Man City, I mean, it's cheap as chips. It's absolute peanuts. Spanish press like Rodri. Yeah, I've said it before in all the videos that I've done on Rodri. I've always said, all of them, even the people who watch and analyse Rodri and Spanish players say, he can be the next Busquets, if not better. That's how much they rate him. So, swap Gundogan for Sane. Swap Gundogan and Sane for Kimmich. No chance. There's no chance I'd swap Sane for Kimmich. Never mind Gundogan and Sane for Kimmich. No chance. Isco, I think that's gone. I think it was gone. I think that was something City might have done last season or in January, but I think that's gone now. That ship has sailed. Rashford or Rodrigo? If you've seen the videos I've always done on Man City Fan TV, I've got a thing for Rashford. I really have, and I know he's a rag, but I think under Pep he could be superb, absolutely superb. Right, quickly. If anyone now, Felix isn't worth 109 million. Everyone in 3 years he's worth 250 million. Cobby, the media are tearing their hair out trying to find out ways for Pep to leave. Yeah, after his first season when things didn't. Yeah, of course they have. They've always had it in. Hey, Andy, Jamal, glad you received your artwork. Thank God for that. Took a while. I've already sent Mark in Dubai at the Dubai Man City Supporters Club. I sent his the other day, and I thought, I wonder how long it will take for Jamal to get his, because I've still heard nothing, and I'm thinking, I hope it's all right. And so it looks like I'm sending it to Dubai again. To Abu Dhabi this time. So I'm just hoping that it gets a bit quicker than yours did. So I hope you liked it. Wonderful artwork. You know, the Centurions with all Pep's signature and Vinny's and everyone else. And also you got the Mahrez one, which is was solely done for Man City Fan TV. So there's nothing like that out there at all. So that's a one-off. So really enjoy those. Get them in some lovely frames and get them on your wall, mate. So thank you for putting in those bids for the auction. We've still got Sane and Phil Foden, and I've got 2 others coming, which hopefully is Vincent Kompany's celebration for his Leicester goal, and also David Silva, which would be fantastic, because they're 2 legends that are leaving. One's already announced he's left and got a testimonial, so that'd be great with a Vinny one, and then also the David Silva one, because it looks like he's going to go as well. So fingers crossed we can raise more money, and what we're going to try and do is raise as much money prior to the Tackle for Manchester, Vincent Kompany's final testimonial game, and we're going to try and push for as much money as we can. So we're going to carry on doing these auctions, and we're going to do other events as well. And as I said last night, the official charity of Man City Fan TV is Tackle for Manchester. So you'll see a lot of the logos coming up on our videos. That's our official charity, and we're going to try and throughout the summer raise as much money as we possibly can for them. Finally, let me just quickly, before I talk very quickly about Arzani, and with PSG, Kamal Dwyer, with PSG getting delict, I wouldn't mind Kimpembe. Gabriel Jesus only scores tap-ins. He's a good player. Jesus, keep. I like Gabby Jesus. I think we've got Bemba. He's still a baby. As a striker, he's still a baby. When we talk about Mahrez, we're not talking about Mahrez. Where's Ray gone? He's gone. I think possibly he wasn't really up for that crossbar challenge. Your channel is quality. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Google Mail. Mahrez will come good. Hopefully, I really want Mahrez to come good. I really, really do. There's no point paying 60 million. No, but I don't think any City fan wants him to fail. But he needs to do better than he did last season. That's for sure. That's the right. Wasn't Juve announcing Pep's tomorrow? No, the 5th. I'm sure it was the 15th. It was. That they were going to announce, and I'm waiting for the morning of the 15th, which is Saturday. Is it Saturday? And I'm going to go on Twitter and speak to Roger Mitchell, the one who I did that video on about Pep leaving, and saying, you know, we're putting this out there, and City fans are going to come all after you with this whole, you know, he's leaving. It's going to be announced on Saturday the 15th and things like that. And he just said, I'm telling you, these guys know what they're talking about. And I said, fine, no problem. We'll put it out there, and City fans are going to come for you. So I'm going to wait till the 15th, which is Saturday, and then we'll see. Phillips is on the way to Inter Milan. Not sure they'll pay 102 million. He might be. I think Rashford was on one of your planes. No, he wasn't. Have a great evening, Mark. You too, buddy. I agree 100%, mate. One full pre-season is all he needs. Let's hope so. I really do hope so. I hope he has a great pre-season. And if Sane stays, the thing is Sane does definitely stay. And he has a great start, so has a great season. Where does Mahrez play? That's the problem. I still don't think he's a winger. I think he needs to play in a 10 role, but whose position is he going to play in? De Bruyne's, Bernardo Silva's, Phil Foden's, Gundogan's, you know, Bruno Fernandez's. You know, it's like all these things. I just hope he does well. I really do. Yes, the artwork was great, and I am glad it arrived safe. So am I, mate. Much appreciated. You're more than welcome, mate. Absolutely. Thank you for the donation. Jesus is amazing. Love the kid. I think he's great. I think he's going to be brilliant. I really do. Whether he'll get the time at City, I don't know. But I rate him. I think he's great. He just needs to run of games. Abdullah, yeah, you just said the same thing, mate. I read that something that Rashford is thinking about City, and he's threatening to go to City if United don't give him a better contract. The horrific truth is, I read that something, I think it was the day before yesterday, he was talking about the fact that I think he'd made some comment about Pep Guardiola, and I think everyone just jumped on that and put 2 and 2 together and got 5 like most people do. But I still think Rashford would be amazing under Pep Guardiola. I think he could make him world class because I think he's got all the attributes now. People might disagree, and that's perfectly fine. So finally, my last 2 points. Arzani. Well, as you know, Daniel Arzani, we signed, went on loan to Celtic, and then got that ACL injury, which was a real shame for the kid. He basically wants to get back and play another season for Celtic in the summer, which he's not going to come back to City. He's going to have another loan move. Hopefully he will be, he got injured at Dundee one time, and he's been out basically for the last, 4 or 5 months. But he's hoping to go into a full pre-season in the next 2 weeks with Celtic. And he said, I'm feeling great, and I'm really looking forward to the next season, and I'm hoping I'm still here at Celtic. Now, I can't see City sort of taking him out of Celtic and going, right, you can bugger off and go to Girona or wherever. They might do, but I think, they might want to, give him a chance at Celtic. He was talking about Brendan Rodgers and how Brendan Rodgers is teaching him this, or did teach him the side of, I can't just be an attacker, I've got to defend as well, which is really the Pep philosophy. You've got to, work rate's got to be better, you've got to track back as well. So if he can get that type of, whoever is in at Celtic can keep that up, I don't know, who knows what the kid could be. But I think it's more one of those who, he'll have a year at Celtic might buy him. And we might get 10, 15 million for him, who knows. But it's good to see the kid back because he's only a young lad and had that terrible ACL injury. And finally, with the Maguire thing, well, it looks like, according to rumours, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is basically pushing the club and Ed Woodward to pay the £90 million that Leicester want for Harry Maguire. Now, I just can't see it. I just cannot see City paying 90 million quid, and I'd be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if Matthias de Ligt is worth 67 million quid, and the rumours are that PSG are offering him £11 million a season, or €11 million per season. Why wouldn't you say, here's 80 million quid and we'll match the deal, or here's 75 million pounds sterling and we'll give you 12 million euro a season? Why wouldn't you do that? I think Maguire is a decent player, don't get me wrong, but you can see the potential in de Ligt. You can clearly see it. And he could go on, he's 90, he could go on to, for the next 14 years, be one of the best centre-backs in world football. I'd be really, I'll put it this way, and this is my point. I would be really angry if City paid anywhere near 90 million quid for Maguire and we missed out on de Ligt for 67, 70 million euro. All because of his salary might be 11 million euro. Now, I don't think, I think they can add in bonuses and things like that make his salary so they don't have to interfere too heavily with the City wage structure, because you don't want to obviously piss off the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and things like that. But I'd be really angry if City, angry, it's not, I've just been saying we have to trust in them, but I would be really disappointed, let's say, if we paid anywhere near 90 million quid for Maguire and lost out on de Ligt to PSG for 65, 70 million euro, not sterling, and because they were offering him 11 million euro a year per season. I'd find it amazing. I really would. But, stranger things have happened. But I can't see City paying 90 million quid for Maguire. And if the rumours are true, Solskjaer's going, I desperately need Maguire, and pay the 90 million quid, which is the United way. It is what they do. You only have to see what they've spent on Pogba, what they spent on wages on, and fees and agent fees on Sanchez and Fred and everyone. It's their model, so it wouldn't surprise me if they paid 85, 90 million quid just solely so they can get Maguire at all costs. Because, let's face it, Leicester are in the driving seat on this. So, I'd have Mahrez over Arzani, attitude, reasons, my point. Good point. But like I said, I did the video. I made the video on Sane last August. And I did the video for Man City Fan TV a few weeks into the season. And I said in the video, I was talking about the fact of, because he hadn't started so many games, and I was giving the facts of what he did the previous season and how he seems to be a slow starter and his attitude could be an issue, and it's transpired to be true-ish. We don't know. But like I said, we don't know. He's still a baby. He's had a lot going on in his personal life. And for all we know, like I said yesterday, could be a big arms around him by Pep Guardiola and said to him, look, we will sort this out. Just go on holiday. Go and do what you need to do. We'll sort it out one way or the other. We have no idea. We're just talking about rumour mill. And we know what rumours do. We know for the last week what speculation does. We know all about that. It just snowballs into something that is nowhere near fact. So let's wait and see on Arzani. I'd rather pay 200 million for Delete instead of 90 million. So would I, if I'm being honest with you. Don't get me wrong, I think Maguire's a decent player. I don't think he's all that. He's definitely not 90 million quid. He's definitely, if Delete was 140 million quid, you'd go, okay, yeah, 90 million seems about right for Maguire. But if De Ligt goes to PSG for 67 million euro and we pay 90 million pounds sterling, my lord, I mean, that is just craziness, absolute madness. De Ligt is a must for City, says Paul Standall. I agree. Fernandinho for captain. I still think it'll be Kevin De Bruyne. I do. But, he's always been like the standing captain, anti him and David Silva. So it wouldn't surprise me, Ollie, if he was. Yes, United, go on, get Maguire for 90 million. Maguire isn't worth more than Van Dijk. Well, I mean, there you go. Van Dijk, let's face it, Van Dijk is a very, very good player. He's on a different level to Maguire. And if they got him for 75 million quid and they think Maguire's worth 90 million, no chance. I wouldn't go over 60 million. I wouldn't even go over 50 million, Kiam, if I'm being honest. Offer Mangala to United. We won't buy it because we'd only probably want about 10 million. If we said to him it was 60 million quid for Mangala, they'd probably pay it. Apparently we're out for De Ligt because Pep and Raiola hate each other. Ridiculous. It's true they're adults. Yeah, but we've known that King for a long time. There's always been issues with Raiola because of what happened with Yaya and everything else. With the arguments between Pep at Barcelona and some of his clients. So Yogurt Slayer 23, what do you think about 6 fixtures? Yeah, you've all seen them. I'm going to finally end on, if you want to talk about the fixtures, yes, we've got West Ham away in the first game. We've got Norwich at home at the end. I'm not going to go spend 25 minutes talking about fixtures and things like that because it'd be extremely boring. Just going through every single fixtures that we've had. So, yes, we've got West Ham away. It is what it is. And we've got Norwich at home this last season. All the fixtures are easy with the best, absolutely. The only thing I will say about the fixtures is it's interesting if you look at the games after the Champions League matches. And if you look at Liverpool's first, 21st September, they've got Chelsea away. October the 5th, they've got Leicester at home. October the 26th, they've got Spurs at home. November the 9th, they've got City at home. November the 30th, they've got Brighton at home. December the 14th, they've got Watford at home. If we look at Man City's fixtures after the Champions League matches, the initial sort of group stages, we've got Watford at home. October the 5th, Wolves at home. October the 26th, Aston Villa at home. November the 9th, Liverpool away. November the 30th, Newcastle away. And December the 14th, Arsenal away. So, if you looked at both, I would suggest that Liverpool have got slightly harder fixtures immediately after potential Champions League games, where looks like we've got potentially easier. We've got 3 home games and 3 away. Liverpool have got 4. No, Liverpool have actually, in fact, Liverpool got 5 home games and 1 away at Chelsea. But they play Chelsea, Spurs, us, and Watford. We play Arsenal, and we've got Liverpool, which I think that's pretty fine. So the fixtures are what they are. So we'll see what happens with them. So anyway, just finally, I'm going now. So let's see. Hi, Man City fan, trust news single Manilo. Sorry, I'm late. What's the news on Ederson? Yeah, we sold him, mate. We sold him this morning. I don't know where you've been in the world, but Ederson got sold to Real Madrid instead of David De Gea. And City, I can't believe it. City only let him go for 28 million quid. It's just mind-boggling. Absolutely awful news. And I think if you read all the timeline on here, everyone is just absolutely in bits. We paid 32 million for him, and we've actually sold him for 28 million to Real Madrid because he said Real Madrid are a far bigger team than Man City. I mean, it's with the formidables, and I can't believe that we've actually got rid of him. It's just, it's beyond belief. It's absolutely beyond belief. So, yeah, Pep's come out also and turned around and said basically that Bravo is our #1 keeper next season. And we're going to put Muric on loan and we're going to bring in Zach and he's going to be #2. It's just amazing. Absolutely, I can't believe it. It's just, I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated. Hi, Kevin Mole. Yeah, it's not a good day. Devastated for Ederson, Paul. It's unbelievable. I think I might change my team. I don't think I can support City anymore. I really can't. I really can't. Feel bad, man. Yes, so do I, Mergant. I mean, it's Ederson, Real Madrid, 28 million plus Aguero for. I know. Then there's the rumours about Bale and the swap deal. It's just. I don't know. I really don't know. Oi, late start. You missed everything, mate. You've missed it. Is this for real or are you having me on? Well done, Andy. Thank you, Morgan. Gonna support United. Yeah, so am I. I'm going. That's it. End of Man City Fan TV. That is it. I'm not. I'm fed up with City. That's it. The bald fraud has gone and done that to us. That cheeky guy. I mean, forget it. I mean, he's just useless. So, gone. Done with it. That's the end of Man City Fan TV. I'm going to go and support Stockport County. And that'll be my new team from now on. Stockport County Fan TV, I'm going to call it. Pep to Juve. Oh, it's been confirmed. Yeah, that was the other rumour today. But that's it. It's done. I thought it was going to be the 15th, but that's all confirmed. It's been done and dusted. He's made the announcement that he's leaving. Back to Chelsea for you section. Well, yeah, oh no, not for me. I'll stop local. Try and support a local team. It'll be Chester, maybe Chester, or I might have to just go back and support, follow Stockport County again. Liverpool felt sorry for us and have given up. Oh, is that true? So that's finally been announced. There was the rumours this afternoon that Karius was going to be the potential #2. So we'll have Bravo and Karius for next season. Well, City can do what they like, I guess. Bale's just arrived at the Etihad on crutches, has he? That doesn't surprise me. 2008 to 19, all over, lads. Absolutely, it's gone, done, dusted, finished. David Silva's gone to Las Palmas also. Well, we reported it on Man City Fan TV this morning. We said that the rumours are David Silva said he doesn't want a testimonial. He was pissed off with the sale of Ederson and the swap deal with Bale to Bale and Aguero, and he said that's it. I'm not signing. I want to leave now, and City have basically given him a free transfer. So that rumour is true. He's gone back to Las Palmas. So Joe Hart's coming back. Our saviour. Yay, we got Karius. I'm so happy. Wait, Andy, are you real serious? I'm not sure if it's a joke. It's no joke, mate. Absolutely no joke. That's why I'm doing this particular video. See, even my English Mastiff there saying we are foot. Absolutely foot. Kiam, there was about 7 transfer rumours that have all been coming through now that have been confirmed. Kiam, also Walker swap deal for Ashley Young. Looks like it's going ahead. That can't be true. Now, I'm definitely not having that one. I know there was the room this afternoon, but that is definitely not happening. I think you're making that up. That can't be confirmed. Surely, Kiam. No chance. Blue Moon, just been on Sky Sports News that Joe Corrigan is to replace Ederson. Is that true? Now you're taking the piss, aren't you? I can't believe after the day we're having on Man City Fan TV that you are turning around and trying to make light of it, Blue Moon. I mean, I find that absolutely disgusting, and I might put you in a timeout because you're just taking the... No. Well, what's the music? Santi Cazorla, 159 million, no chance. I thought it was 59 million. I didn't think it was 159. Foden signed for... No, Luke Morgan, stop it. Stop it now, because I didn't read any rumours on that today. That can't be right. Ederson is definitely not De Gea. I understand that. I do get that, good dude. He's not. I know he's not at that level, but I can't believe he's chosen Real Madrid over City. I really can't. Wait, is Ederson leaving City? He's gone. He's already gone. It's already been confirmed. £28 million. 28 million quid. We only paid 32. We paid 32 million for him. Sheikh Mansour's putting some of his money in Newcastle. He's had enough for City. That's news to me. I've not heard that one. Definitely not heard that. Okay, Andy, that person who asked you about Ederson is going to have a heart attack. You don't want to go to jail for murder. Right, okay, listen, we're going. Yeah, desperate. Right, I'm going to just change the name of the channel now to Stockport County Fan TV, and we can crack on looking at all the ins and outs. I'm sure there's loads at Stockport County we can talk about. City plan to move to Main Road. Pep with Alan Ball. I won't say what I nearly said something in that section about Alan Bob, but I won't say that. I'll keep that to myself. What the hell, says City till I die. Altrincham AFC. Oh, that's going to be your local, is it? Stockport, yeah, I'll go back to watch. I followed them for a year with City as well and had a great time. So I'm a Stockport County fan now. Great, Andy. Time to unsubscribe then, guys. Absolutely. Get unsubscribing immediately. That's it. Finished. Never. No more Man City Fan TV. Pep going to manage. Now you are taking the piss. Stop it, Blue Moon. That'll never happen. Never. Nolan Liam Gallagher as head assistant coach. Right, guys, listen. I know it's a bit lunar. I'm sort of at the end of the day and I'm just sort of tired. And yeah, but thank you. We'll have a laugh. And Jesus has gone to Hereford United. Both coming back to Stockport. Yeah, definitely first signing. People will actually go with us, Andy. I'm sure people will read something back in the actual timeline without watching the video, maybe, or pausing it and thinking, that was funny, thanks for the laughs. No problem. Just having a bit of a laugh at the end of the day. But anyway, listen, I've got to go. I've got some work to do. But guys, thank you so much as usual for tuning in. You've been absolute stars. If you want to give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, you scared me with Ederson. Don't worry about it, mate. Kamal Dwyer, with Liam and Nolan, our coaching staff, we won't have any more empty seats. No, he's scheduled to return soon. Have a great evening, all. Yeah, you take care. Back tomorrow. I'm home earlier tomorrow, so I've only got a short day with the guys. So I'll be back, and I'll be back doing some more stuff, and then I've got the weekend off before I go to Germany, so I can't wait. Wait till this Ederson thing is a joke. What, 28 million quid? City till I die, I think it is. Bye, take care, Kamal, Gary, need to lie down, Andy. Thanks for that. You're welcome. See ya. I've got to go and clean my big foot. Yeah. Take care, Kiam. Tomorrow's Daily Mail, Ederson leaving. Yeah, take care, McGann. Guys, you've all been superstars, and ladies as usual. So thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, keep subscribing. We're going to push towards that 10,000 mark, which will be fantastic. So you're going to be the first club to wear wellies with studs in. I knew you'd come back with something like that. I absolutely knew it. Honestly, I'm such an idiot. Cheers. Don't worry about it, mate. You just fell in right at the wrong time. So, yeah, back tomorrow. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. And, yeah, you're all absolute superstars. Honestly, I'm such an idiot. Don't worry. Great work, Andy. I own a beast. Thank you. I'll watch it over. Sorry, I missed. Don't worry, Kevin. Cheers, Andy. Take it easy. Only Ederson will get carries. Don't worry. Thank you. I'll watch it over. You're more than welcome. Guys, take care. Have a good evening. Bye. It's Gus. Take care. See you tomorrow.